Okay guys, this is a follow-up to my stumping video. These are the trees that were stumped 6 months ago. Look how vigorous they are now. They're gorgeous. And also look at all the seedlings that are coming up from all those avocados that they wasted. But anyway, it doesn't take long when you have a stump to cut it back and just start a whole new tree over again. Look how beautiful these trees are. They look like brand new trees that have been here for, if you planted 5 gallon, it looks like they've been here for probably 6-7 years. But these were big trees and they got too big. They stumped them back. I'm gonna put a link on the bottom of the description box, linking you to the video I made of these trees when they got cut back. You're not gonna believe it. So go down and watch that first and then watch this. But let me dig into here, but look how pretty that is. You wouldn't even know until you dug in here to find, look at the remnants of the avocados that they wasted. There's hundreds and hundreds of avocados that got wasted. And the guys, it was amazing. So the guys that cut them down, they're like, hey, those aren't gonna be ripe because they're too early. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get a big 15-gallon bucket anyway. So I grabbed about, $100 worth of avocados. And then, expecting them not really to ripen and get rubbery, because if you pick them too soon, they get rubbery. Guess what? They all ripened up. They were all really good. They weren't really rich, but they were good. So I could have literally collected all these avocados, put them in my fridge, and had avocados all summer long when they did this. Actually, it was spring. So it's been about 6 months. But look at the growth you get when you stump back a tree. Let's see if we can really get in here and see it. There's the stump. They paint the top of the tree with a black paint, special paint, sealer paint, and you paint the whole trunk white for sunburn, which is really important this year because it got really hot. And then look, you just get all this vigorous sprouting out of the tree. And within 6 months, you've got yourself a brand new, beautiful little tree. You've got a whole bunch of mulch on the ground for your chop and drop. Probably have a whole bunch of baby avocados coming up. Yeah, look at this. These are garbage. Where did they go? Let's see. See if I can pull one up here. Come on. Where are they? You know how it is when you're trying to make a video and trying to make a point and then you can't make that point? Let's see here. Well, anyway, gotta trust me. A whole bunch of seedlings came up. But anyway, there you go. Stumping your avocados. Your avocado tree gets too big. No matter how big it is, don't worry. It's not worth worrying about. All you need is a chainsaw, chop it all down, paint that trunk white, paint all the cuts with pruning sealer material black, and then you will have yourself a brand new set of trees that'll be easier to pick, lower to the ground. Maybe it won't be blocking the neighbor's view, whatever reason you don't want your trees to be big. And the other thing that happens, trees get really vigorous. You can rejuvenate a tree that's sort of lost its vigor. And the reason being is that when the tree's really big, it has to send out nutrients and water to the far extremities of the tree way up high. And it gets harder and harder to do that over the years as the tree gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, here you go. Here's the seed bed. Anybody want any seedlings? Are these? Look at that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, maybe I'll grab some of these in case I want to use some grafting material. These are lamb haas, so I could do that. But anyway, back to the point. You get vigorous trees, the fruit gets fatter and bigger, and it's kind of a good method, People are always afraid, how big is this tree going to get, Gary? Well, it can get 50, 60 feet tall, and even wider than that, unless you stump it. Now, also, when you stump it, you're depriving the tree of energy because all those leaves make energy. And it's the energy that makes the tree get bigger and bigger and bigger. So by cutting it back, you'll dwarf that tree. You'll bonsai it. The deer do that all the time. You'll see these little oak trees that never get big because the deer are constantly eating them back. They've been there for forever. I mean, I've seen little oak trees 3-4 feet tall that have been there for 30 years. And they never get any bigger. And so the same thing with these avocados. So don't be afraid of planting an avocado because you think it's going to get too big. You can always cut it down, start over, and you'll be good to go once again. Let's go ahead and dig up some of these. They're all gonna get killed if I don't save a few here. I could use some trees to graft some special ones onto. So you know how they always say that you gotta put your avocado like half the toothpicks and all that, like in a in a jar of water? You really don't need to do that. you can just use the avocado itself as its own rooting structure, and it'll literally just sprout inside the avocado. You bury the whole avocado. Of course, you want to eat the avocado first. You probably never do this, but look what happens when you just leave the avocado to its own devices. It decomposes. It'll grow right through the leaf of another avocado. It will root through the fruit of the tree and just be a happy critter. So that's kind of a fun adjunct for the moment. Let's save some trees.